What's up, dudes? Let me get this thing put down. Hope everybody's summer's going well. I got some color this weekend, as they call it. And love that color here, huh? DK's getting old. So yeah, I was up this weekend. We were up in Kaukauna. And hey, speaking of Kaukauna, hey Luke, what was the Kaukauna logo? Galloping Ghosts? Galloping Ghosts. I thought, hey, why wouldn't they do it like Kaukauna Crows? Because Kaukauna, it sounds like a crow. But they weren't going for it. I don't know what it was about the ghost, but that's legit their mascot, Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. So we were up there for a baseball tournament. Luke took second, did really good. I was really impressed. It was fun. Good time to hang out with all the player parents and all that stuff. Stayed up there for 2 nights. So now we came home to a little disaster. I mean, look at, even Chuck's leaning over on me. So yeah, like I said, hope everybody's summer's going well. It's hot as balls here. I think last time, in between this video and my last video, I was on vacation. Went to Virginia with the family for 3 days. Went up to DC for the fireworks. Came back down to Virginia, and then the last night we cruised up to New York City. And I think, what was that? That was a Friday night stay and drove back Sunday. So we racked up the miles big time, but it was all good. And Joshua broke his leg. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago on Friday. So another 11 days and he'll get his cast off. So yeah, he's got a red cast on his left leg. He just slipped on the floor and like kicked out his foot to the outside, his left foot to the outside, and then he kind of fell on it like the splits. So he has like this spiral break of his main bone in his left leg and his lower leg, not the femur. Thank God for that. It like cripples you if you like break your femur as a child. So yeah, just a lot of stuff going on. Work is super busy, so I haven't been getting TTMs out. I just sent one last Friday because I had a couple stamps left over. So hopefully that one comes back from a seminar of a Brazilian fighter who's a little bit tough to get TTM, but I've gotten him a few times. So just gonna keep hitting that well. And that legit, those are the last cards I had for the guy whose name is Damian Maia. So yeah, and like I mentioned in a couple of my other videos, I have a few like larger quantity card TTMs that have been sent, like prearranged. So I sent like a small stack. Sorry, I got a message there. I had a small stack for each fighter to keep. I think I'm up to like four of those. A small stack for them to keep, and then I have like, almost a small page of cards for them to sign. Small page meaning like a 9 pocket page, Ultra Pro. Speaking of which, I have returned. I was not expecting coming back Royal Mail. I'm pointing over there where my stuff is sitting. Besides, I did get one of those other larger TTMs back from Jared Roshold. So yeah, let's roll through these. And I was just looking at my cards here and realized I had one more card for the guy who just signed for me. So I'm gonna have to dig up something else off COMC for him to sign. But I got one of those round ones done. Look at this. So this is Thiago Silva. He's a UFC veteran. Obviously, this is a 2009 round 1 card, so this is back from 2008, 2009. This is a 2009 round 2. So Topps UFC cards actually started off with round 1, round 2. There was no round 3 that became a main event set. Round 4 was kind of what I call round 4. You'll see that, and that's the major set that I collect. It's in my other room. I have 2 full collages of those. I was really going for that set. It was the set I started on when I first started doing MMA TTM back in like 2010. So the years have flown by, that's for sure. I used to really go aggressive, and all my, yeah, anyways, I'll leave it at that. And then this was a nice one to check off the list. This is Dylan Andrews, nicknamed the Villain. I hooked up with him on Facebook Messenger, and he replied back with an address in the United States to send to last minute. I had to get him before he left, I think probably for Australia, since that's where he's from. But he signed 2 2014 champions for me. So forgot to mention, I did get give Tiago one card to keep. I always try to do that, try to give the guys something to keep in return for signing for me. So here's like a base, and this one's more, I don't know if you can tell, this one's darker. And it's not numbered, but they did have a colored set in here. There was blue, yellow, I think rubies were still red, but this one's more of an onyx style without being onyx, numbered to 25. So it's just a darker parallel. So it's really cool to get these. He's been on my list for a while because it's just been one of those guys that I wasn't able to track down on this 2014 Champions set. So that was cool. 2 of 2, gave him 3 or 4 to keep because those cards are some of the first Topps cards. That set was a really thin stock set. So now to actually 2 larger quantity TTMs. This one was signed by Jared Rosholt. He knew I was sending, gave me his new address since I sent before without any return to his old gym, and he had signed for me one time there. But Topps has a lot of cards, and I'll get one of each card done. I don't hoard you know, like 10 of this card and 5 of the next. If a guy's a good signer, I'm just gonna get one of each card done. And what's cool about this time, I did send the blue, and he did inscribe it Big Show on each one. So this is a 14 Bloodlines flag parallel. This is a 16 Knockout with a nice inscription, all in blue. Took his time. What's this? Fighting Future. His future didn't last long. Dana White was really pissed with him with his style. He's kind of a slower, not a big knockout guy. He likes to take guys down. He's a former NCAA, might have been a heavyweight champ in wrestling. So it's like his go-to, and he'll just lay on dudes and smother them to death. But I mean, a fight's a fight. If you beat a guy down on the ground, that's what it is. But he didn't really finish, and he would gas out. So his record, I think he only had 1 or 2 losses in the UFC. He just got cut because they didn't like him much. So really cool to get these back. I'm excited to be able to stuff these in my binders and just be done with Jared. You know, I got all of his cards, all of his Topps cards done, at least the ones that I had or wanted. So I did replenish my stock of his cards because, like I said, I lost a larger card TTM to his old gym. So yeah, some of those were from COMC and some of them were the ones I had in my box here. And then this one came in today. If you guys don't have informed delivery mail from USPS, I suggest doing it because you can get an email while you're at the office. And it basically tells you to look forward to getting some mail at home or not worry about it and just move on with your day. So yeah, check these out. These came back after 486 days. I still have them in the binder page. Let me take these out. Sorry, wasn't really thoroughly prepared, but I gave him 6 cards to keep, and he signed these all really nice. I had a tip from a buddy that this John Hathaway was helping coach at a certain gym, so I sent off as quick as I could. And yeah, so I sent a bunch of cards, and he signed 8 of 8 and kept the 6 I marked for him to keep. So this was the one that I was talking about. Could have been a round 4 set, but it went from round 1, round 2, main event, and then this 2010 series. And then this is the title shot from 2011. 2011 Finest. I'm happy to get this one done because the last time I got a Finest signed, I didn't realize it was a refractor, so it didn't really fit in my collage. I actually had a 2013 and a 2011 collage done, and it just kind of, the spectrum really reflected off of it, so the card stood out on the wall. Nice to get that base done. Here's a 13 Bloodlines. Here's an Onyx. Obviously looks like it's numbered, of 2012 Bloodlines. So it's an Onyx card. Black. Here's a 2009 round 2. 2015 Champions. And then Moment of Truth. So I'm not sure if this is an upgrade from my collection or if this is going to be an extra. So that's that. In the past, John signed for me really well, but he's got some sort of an illness, so he's still in the UFC, but he's going through some health issues, and it's probably from weight cutting and probably head damage, you know, or a combination of both. But these guys cut too much weight. It's really unhealthy to do that. Probably did lead to health problems with him without it being known. but he is struggling to get healthy and get back to training. So he is just coaching and training at the time, or helping other people train. And in the past, he has signed multi-cards for me, and he actually sent me a signed t-shirt back in the day, out of nowhere, without asking. I'm not asking for used stuff or free handouts in my letters, so it was just cool to get that. And so yeah, now I'm done with John. All my cards are done by him, and that's that. TTM should be rolling in more. I was expecting a couple more today. I'm surprised I didn't have maybe two other ones. So we'll be back at you guys shortly. Thanks for checking out my video. Drop a comment if you would. Be appreciated. Let me know who's out there, who's watching. We'll talk to you later. See ya.